P. Diddy didn't take the plea deal.
Good for him.
Yeah, he said he's innocent. He maintains his innocence.
Good for him.
He like, y'all ain't gonna be. I got enough money to do this. Y'all ain't gonna be trying to pigeonhole me, run me into the thing. Yeah.
Did they outline what the plea deal was?
No, I didn't see what that was. That's what I wanted to know. Like,
we gonna give you 30 years.
Right? 30, hey, wait, we're not finished yet. We're not finished. 30 years, and we're gonna give you an extra meal every day, just because we want you to be happy.
If you admit to, I don't even know what they would have to admit to.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
what they would have to agree to. Because there's only really 2 charges. People making a big scene about all these other peripheral things.
Yeah,
but there's only really 2 charges.
I
can't remember it specifically, but there's only 2 charges.
Yeah.
I think one is
battery with the girl, right? Is it?
No, it's not that, because that was people wanting to throw that in there, but they keep forgetting that was a civil suit.
Okay, so
it wasn't a criminal suit.
See,
and it's out of the statute of limitations.
I know you know.
Yeah,
but why they still trying to show that video?
Because
I don't like that.
Public perception.
Free Diddy and telling him makes. See, here's the deal. Here's the deal right here, because y'all know how the music was in the '90s, and every song was Diddy or R. Kelly. Free Diddy. He got to make 3 hot albums in the next 2 years. Actually, we'll say 3 years. He got to pay what, 10 million. 20 million in retribution. I don't know. I'm just trying to get the brother out and get some good music, because this mess I get now, I don't like it. So I'm just trying to get us some good music.
I don't think Diddy could put out today. I don't think even Diddy could put out a good album.
Challenge accepted. I'm gonna get Diddy out, and we're gonna prove you wrong, dog. And I'm just ban. I just be like, Diddy, you can't, and we gotta ban him. You can't have no baby oil. You put out some albums, pay this. I know it's 20 million, whatever we decide that number is. You got to pay that. Put out some hot albums, no baby oil. Have all the freak offs you want, dog.
Yeah.
And get them out there. And R. Kelly, same thing. Like, look, dog, we need some music.
I don't know about R. Kelly.
R. Kelly, man, I can't be mad at him. The parents, the guardian said, you can have this. Like, I can't even be mad at him no more, because they the ones that's supposed to be in charge of that life. But I'm not saying it's good, but I'm just saying, like, it was them. They the one that was at fault. Yeah. I mean, he was just like, well, okay, if you insist, all right. Okay, I'll do that. But anyway, albums, pay out some daggone, like, maybe they don't make no money from the music. Like, you gonna put this out, you about to work for free. You about to put these 10 million, these platinum hits out, and you just your name on it. You don't get nothing from it. And then
so people are saying, because it depends on who you listen to. Everybody's kind of confusing a bunch of things. So, and I know we make fun of the whole baby all thing, and it is a funny thing.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
But at the end of the day,
at least there's
nothing illegal about it.
At least he was safe.
Right.
He wasn't trying to get chafed or nothing.
And he was making sure that his people was good.
Yeah, nobody got chafed.
Hey guys,
you
need more. It's over there.
Come on, guys. You got to keep your skin pretty.
Yeah. But,
this is gonna be a long night.
And even if he was weird or doing weird sexual stuff or whatever,
the oil made it.
None of that stuff is illegal. So what they're trying to actually charge him with, or those 2, I think it's two charges that they're actually trying to charge him. I think one has to do with they're trying to get him for conspiracy. I think conspiracy, or whatever. But anyway,
free him. Let's get some good music.
I think that he obviously, he put himself in this position. And we're gonna talk about this too, because these dudes, man, I don't know, like. And then maybe it's easy for me to say, I've never been rich. I've never been a celebrity.
Right.
I don't know what it's like. I don't know what it's like to be accepted in a world where everybody says, all this could be yours.
All of it.
All of it.
All of it. Just
all
get
of
all the
it.
baby.
You want to do what?
Sure.
The nastiest, most vile, creepy, or whatever
sure,
you
go
want.
for it. Let's try it, buddy. Let's try it. Never heard that before. Let's go for it.
Then it gets to a point where for some people, because some people by nature, they say money only makes you more what you really are.
Right.
let's just say you have a person that is very talented, but they're mean-spirited, right? They're just mean. They're just not cool people to begin with. But this month, he's going to get me a deal. You know what I'm saying? Or he's going to, put me up in the whatever. Or she's going to do this or whatever. That's how
Hollywood works.
Right. So, but why don't you, I guess what I'm trying to say is that you begin to drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Right? You get full of yourself, and then you start getting away with things that the average person can't never get away with, right?
Yeah.
And nobody talks.
Yep.
And everybody pledges their allegiance to you and shit. You never think that one day somebody's gonna punch your ticket. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You put yourself in so many vulnerable situations where somebody's going to come back later and it's going to all go bad. I guess you just never, you see people around you fall, but you don't say it's not going to happen to me.
I guess you got to be like them Vikings. When Vikings used to come in the village, they going to get all the men and the boys usually like, y'all ain't going to come back. We know if I leave you, you're going to come back and get me. So I guess when I get rich and famous, I'm going to have to take cats out and be in a position to be like, yo, remember that night? Oh, yeah, I was doing that. Hey, yo, you need to ride by someone and handle that for me.
Yeah, but then the guy, and I think this is the perfect example.
That's when you get somebody to handle him.
Right. So at some point, the guy that does the thing, and this happened in the mob too, right? That's mostly how the mob got taken out. You had all these guys who got 50, 60 murders under their belt. I ain't gonna name no names because I don't want you motherfuckers coming after me. But
I ain't saying nothing about y'all, dog.
They next thing you know, they're what they call that, helping the prosecutors. Who knows better than him?
Right. So that's when after you get 20, I gotta go ahead and get somebody to get you. Like,
because you get a call. Hey, Jimmy, they're coming to get you. But I did all this work for them for 12 years. I did all this work.
Dog?
Jimmy. I don't know, Jimmy. It's just an arbitrary name. If there's a Jimmy Left Hand out there, I'm sorry.
Actually, I know a cat that his family was one of the monsters, like his uncles and stuff. Like, damn. So,
I'm just saying that somebody at some point is going to be like, start talking.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, they ain't move up fast enough. Somebody got dirty, like you slept with a sister. You're mad, dog. That's man. You gotta be ready.
And I think we got into this era now where people got smart. They're like, well, why do I don't want him. I don't want him criminally. I can get paid.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. So,
unfortunately, we have all these brothers. Yeah, I said it. All these brothers. It's gotta be something to it. Like, they can't be the only 4 dudes in the whole atmosphere of entertainers and singers and producers and
of course not
multimillionaires who are doing all this debaucherous stuff.
No, it's with some it's the power plays they're trying to make that people didn't like. Like Cosby, his problem was he making power plays. He was trying to take over too much shit. They like,
my thing to this. Wait, stop right there with the Cosby thing, because every other person I talked to said the exact same thing. This is what pisses me off about that statement.
Okay.
If everybody knows that it's a setup that Cosby got, if everybody knows that, how come people ain't riding for Cosby? That's bullshit, man.
I ride for him.
How come nobody ain't saying that that's BS? This dude got railroaded. Yeah, he was doing the freaky deek. Everybody was doing the freaky deek. If you want to make a moral judgment about the freaky deek.
I said that.
You said that, yeah.
I've been saying that from day one.
If you want to get on your high horse. I
ride for Cosby.
You're right.
I've had several conversations about it, and people have been upset, whatever. I ride for Cosby.
Yeah, but then people saying that, oh, well, it's because he tried to make these moves or whatever, and then, they did whatever. Same thing with Michael Jackson. I don't care what anybody say. Michael Jackson owned half of Sony's.
All them Beatles they was mad about them Beatles.
And all of a sudden, here's a man, and you can name any artist, your favorite artist you want. No one knows the business. You can't convince me that nobody knows the business inside and out, up and down, better than Michael Jackson. And this is why I say that. Entertainer since 5 years old. Mm-hmm. Multiple records with his family, by himself. Mm-hmm. Then what he did later years, after a 20-year run with a group. Mm-hmm. Then what he did on his own. Mm-hmm. And then the moves he made where the countless other people he's helped in the industry.
Right.
Broke all kind of records.
Did you hear this time when he fought Tupac?
Yeah, I heard about that.
He busted him up. I heard he busted him up, baby. Michael can fight. You forgot he had brothers.
All of a sudden, Michael Jackson's he's in conflict with Sony, and he comes out publicly and he says, "There's a devil." Remember that?
I do.
There's a devil. And everybody made fun of him and didn't take him serious with him. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. If anybody,
he told you.
If anybody, I could see if Bobby Brown came out and said, "This is bullshit," you can say, "Okay, Bobby, all right, yeah."
But Michael, Prince and Michael, they both
right.
These long time, these lifers.
Prince too.
These lifers, dog. These lifers.
Prince was like, you won't get another album out of me.
These lifers.
Yeah, so I do, and all of a sudden, then all these chains of things started happening with Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That the chips started just boom, 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 boom. Yep. Is that a coincidence?
I'll tell you.
R. Kelly, I don't know. I can't really say for R. Kelly.
I'm just saying, let him make some music.
I know you just.
I'm done with it, dog.
But you're not going to be able to get a '90s.
He gonna make some new. He gonna make some new. Man, he gonna make some new joint. They both gonna be. They was moving with the times. They gonna make some new hot-ish for what's going on right now.
Okay.
It's about to be on. There's gonna be a whole booming babies. There's gonna be a whole new step and dance craze. It's gonna be a whole man. Let's get some tunes out here, boy.
Yeah. So I think that Diddy shit. Yeah, he did right to. Now the gamble with that is they're gonna slap him with everything.
They're gonna try.
Yeah.
They're gonna try.
Whatever. If their case is weak, I think they just like R. Kelly, they're gonna get, unfortunately, I think they're gonna probably get him on something. And whatever they convict him on, they're gonna lean heavy on a sentence.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They got to because they done.
Because now they mad now.
Yeah, they done.
Because he kept it going. He didn't just roll over.
And
we gotta get him now.
The optics of what he did with the battery thing, with the girl. I mean, that is for public consumption for people to, to have an opinion about it, which was horrible. It's a horrible thing.
Yeah.
And the karma part of that. But I mean, I think that based on all the stuff that I've read and I've seen or I've heard other people say, Diddy wasn't a nice dude.
No, I heard it.
No, he's a very abusive person.
Yeah, he was that dude.
He
was like, F that.
However,
Diddy.
Not blaming victims or whatever, but all of these people, and nobody, because they had some kind of benefit from it.
Yeah, they didn't even.
I think that's just as egregious.
Yeah.
I would be wanting to say,
if they do get him, man, he need to roll on everybody. Oh, I'm going down. I'm gonna tell y'all what. You ain't even gotta reduce my time. So and so was here. So and so was here. I'm Nino Brown. I ain't going to. You think Nino Brown is bigger than Nino Brown? Like I'm rolling on the whole man.
Yeah, but you can't. But this is the thing that's tricky about the whole thing, and this is what people are missing. A bunch of people doing a bunch of debaucherous stuff at a private party is not illegal. That is not what none of this is about.
Nope.
That's just what they feed in the public for salation or whatever. The actual thing that they're.
If I was Diddy and they got me on some charges, dog, I'm telling you, I'm about to. Everybody might as well go ahead and start shaking in their boots because I'm gonna look dead at the camera and be like.
I think it's all.
Yana, let me tell you something. I'm going to put straight for I'm going to be like, Your Honor, let me tell you who was doing da 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 da. And by the spray,
you was there. You was there,
right? Remember? Oh yeah, you was there. Remember, you had the yellow on you. Oh man, I'm about to, and I saw you too. And I know you. You took both of my baby oars, boy. I'd be like, oh, remember that stock tip you gave me? Yeah, boy. We going all the way out. all the way out.
I think that
you're just gonna have to get me done in the jailhouse. But before I go, everybody's going down. I'm taking Caprio. I'm taking Hollywood. I'm taking.
So do you believe what Lil Rod said? The guy that's got the producer from Chicago, the one that kind of like.
What did he say?
I guess. So he alleges that in the complaint, he alleges that Diddy did some things to him. Like,
the way you said it, man. That is not funny. A giggity. Damn, dog.
It's not funny, man.
It's not funny. You was like some.
So let me ask you. You get an opportunity to go and work for Vince McMahon.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
You like what you're doing with your gym. You like your brand.
Right.
He wants to come in. He wants to make you a star.
Right.
Right?
Right.
He says, I want to bring you under my tutelage, and won't you come up here to, I don't know what McMahon's office is.
All right. New York, downtown Phoenix. All right. Well,
okay, cool. Yeah, because we got some people here.
Come to the office.
All right. Come on down, man. And I just want you to hang out with me, and I'm going to show you how to get to the next level.
All right, cool.
Okay. And you're there, and from week one, he's treating you like a biatch, right? I mean, he's just disrespecting you, right?
Right.
But, maybe you signed a contract or whatever, or some kind of, and, you're doing whatever. And you say, okay, I'm going to get what I can get out of this, right? He asks you get close enough to him where you even got a room in his mansion. Right, he didn't set you up. Look how you look at him.
Okay,
he set you up. Right. One day you're in the office doing whatever he's got you doing. Right. You're lining up fights or something, getting contracts together for,
right.
Another WWF event. And he's on the telephone. And he walks over to you and he starts rubbing your back while he's talking. You know what I'm saying? Just like, rubbing your back. And next thing you know, he slides his finger. And he's still talking. He ain't even breaking. Look, he hasn't even broken a stride. He's still talking. Yeah, and I need those by Friday or whatever. Have it sent by UPS. And then he just slips his finger straight up in your.
Number one ain't going to get that far. Number one,
I
wear a belt.
This is Vince McMahon.
I wear a belt, so his hands ain't going to go all the way through.
Well, he's going to get it in there.
No, he ain't going to get it in there. That's what I'm saying. He ain't going to get it in there.
So right there, you're saying that he ain't going to get it in there. At that point, all the opportunity and the door that's getting ready to open for you,
it's got to close.
It's got to close.
It's got to close. It's got to close.
Just for him.
It's got to close.
I mean, he ain't even like
it's got to close.
He's not even
it's
going
gotta
in and
close.
out, though. He's going just straight.
It's got to close. It's got to close, dog.
Okay.
That one got to close. This opportunity here got to bring me another one.
Okay.
That's got to close.
Now, if it was
Mrs. McMahon, and she's talking on Mr. McMahon, and she's on and rubbing my back, and all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, I'm supposed to do that.
Switch.
No, this is contracted. It's contracted, girl. Hang up the damn phone.
So if you don't, and you come, and 6 months later you think about it, and you was like, I didn't really like that. Yeah. I let him do it.
Yeah.
Would you go sue?
I'd probably just go ahead and if I did, man, I just got to go into silence, dog. I'm moving to another country, dog.
But this is Vince McMahon. He's worth like $200 million trillion.
You got to tell the world that you sat there and let him. I just let him do it once, twice, 5.
So the judge, so
no, man.
So the lawyer, the defense lawyer, cross-examination, he tearing your ass up. Pause.
He Vince McMahon you.
He's like, so it happened. Okay, so it happened Thursday the 25th, on the evening after you guys got through recording. What did you do after that? Well, I went and soaked my ass. Did you call anybody? Did you complain to anyone? Who did you tell? Well, I didn't say anything. I was in fear of my life. So you mean to tell me you were in fear of your life, but you went back the next week?
That's what I'm saying.
And you walked around, you went in the shower, in this guest shower, and you came out with a towel, and he did it again, right? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, come on. How?
Yeah. But
see,
there were people there. Yeah. So people were there. And
see, but that right there.
So you know what I'm saying?
That's like, be my questions. Like when we talk about Bill Cosby or when we talk about people like that. Like, so you telling me you didn't like it, but you went back. All right. I give you to go back because you was like not sure and you kind of in shock and it's your job and you're thinking of money. It happens again. You really not feeling right. But you go back.
Yeah.
And again, you really feeling something, and then you go back. And after this, it's just quiet for another next 20 to 30 years. And at this moment is when you're like, hey.
You know what?
I was just done wrong.
My booty still.
It's still thinking about that. Like I can't put no weight on that, man. But
So,
but as who I am, nah, dog. I just gotta go ahead and be like, no, we're gonna have to lose that opportunity.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to lose that opportunity. That opportunity, obviously, it's not necessarily the opportunity that I want. The price for that opportunity ain't what I want. That ain't the opportunity I want. No, man, we ain't doing that.
I think the smart
Vince McMahon, a big boy too. He don't put that motherfucker side. Oh! Oh no! Oh no! Wait, Vince. Let me see your hand. Oh hell no! Done.
He's gonna give you the people's finger.
Man, I'm gonna just go ahead and do this back for myself. Oh, sorry, Vince. You can't do nothing now. We had an accident. Get rid of that. You need to go shot. No, I'm just gonna sit right here. Just let it smell. No, dog. Mama said a lot my ass. When Martin said Mama said a lot my ass.
Oh man.
Nope.
That's funny.
Nope.
So they say that you're not supposed to question these people, especially when it's a male-female dynamic. You can sit there and listen to them talk about, how, they had the money and, you felt powerless because, but they bought you a house and they put you in a house. I'm like, this really doesn't. Is everybody else just ignoring the elephant in the room?
Wait, somebody say they bought you a house when you at that moment there's going to be a price for this.
You're saying that this person is abusive to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dragging you up and down stairs and embarrassing you in front. Let's not even get that.
Yeah.
Let's not even get that wild with it.
Right.
Let's just say they're just abusive and disrespectful to you in front of other people.
Right.
Demeaning, grateful, calling you B words or whatever.
Right.
Making you do a little silly shit, whatever.
Yeah.
And you say, but he bought me an apartment. Or, he made me the assistant secretary, whatever.
Then you
got me the first record deal.
Every time something come up, you got to take half of whatever you say. He said this 100 times. No, ma'am. You just got it. No, ma'am, sir, whoever. You had a house or an apartment. He only said it 50 times. Well, no, sir, ma'am. He only said that 25 times. You bought so I can't write it all the way off. However, that's half.
I see what you're saying.
Dog, you can't
the
say
credibility.
You can't tell me he did this 100 times and it always, and you live up in this house. I'll tell you what. I'll be fair. It wasn't 100. It was 50 times. Now let's carry on with the case.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like let's go from here. He said it 50 times. Mm-hmm. Well, he did this and that, and he bought me this and it. Wow. So he only said that 15 times? Doesn't sound too grievous here. Like, let's be real. Like, if you getting all this stuff, you understanding what the trade-off is. And maybe you didn't understand the first time, but by that third gift, you understand what the trade-off is. You might not have understood the trade-off when you got that opportunity the first time. Like, oh, this is what's happening? But by that third time, you understanding what the trade-off is. And if that's what you're willing to trade, more power to you.
Yeah,
that's
I don't
what you
understand where the powerlessness comes in at. And take the celebrity or people with money out of the equation. We know that there are dynamics like that all the time. You can get in a relationship with somebody that's very abusive,
right,
and you can't get out, for whatever the reason is. You have no resources. Maybe you're living in their home, or, you're riding on their income or something like that. I'm not minimizing that happens.
Right.
I just feel like for people that live celebrity status or people that are public, I just feel like it's different because, it's their reputation that can get tarnished if it, what I'm saying? Like, or they could lose opportunities and that could affect them in the millions, right?
Right.
So now why they take those chances, which is what we're going to eventually get to.
Yeah.
Why you gamble that, piggybacking on what I said at the top of this, I guess you just get so emboldened because people let you do it that you figure you ain't gonna, your check ain't never.
Maybe that's part of, back to the powerless. I think the powerless feeling comes from just the fact that you've lowered yourself each time, and you let it happen, and it happened again, and it happened again. And
but what about the love part though?
And each time you've lowered, so you're powerless now because you've lost your self power. Where you said, I should have said no. And then you let it happen again. Next time I'm going to say no. No, you didn't. Next time. And at a certain point, you feel powerless because you relinquished all your power.
So what happens when you, again, I'm comparing these two, right? You really can't, but you can.
But I think that goes with anybody in their personal deal. You go to work.
You live in, I'm in an apartment with, just using Diddy as an example. I'm in an apartment in L.A. with Diddy. Right? And he's, being mean to me, doing all these crazy things to me or whatever. Right. I don't want to be in this relationship anymore.
And you say, I'll leave.
Well, Diddy's got to go to Europe tomorrow because he's going to be there for 3 weeks because he's got a new concert thing going on. I'm in L.A.
Right.
I live in New York.
Right.
I can put distance between me and him. I can get out of there. I have an opportunity. It's not like you or me or Leroy. Well, damn, I ain't got enough time to get all this shit out here because Shaka go be home in 30 minutes.
Y'all heard
you know what I'm saying?
Y'all heard him, right? Y'all heard him. He had to say, Shaka.
I want you sitting on that couch, the same spot, when I get off tonight.
You said that too good, man.
Yeah.
You said it.
I just think there's too many opportunities.
Ladies, blink twice if you need help.
Exactly. When a person says, I couldn't get out, because he was overpowered. No, am I wrong for saying that, no, you don't want to give up the resources?
I think part of that, but I really think they've given up their self so many times because it starts with little things.
But at what point do you take some kind of accountability for that situation that you're in?
I'm sure they got to do that, but I'm just saying they feel power because there was a small infraction. They're like, okay, I'll let this slide. There was something bigger. He tested it, and then, okay, it's not so bad. I'm gonna let that slide. And then, oh, baby, I don't like this. And then he's like, oh, sorry about that. Then he gets you something. You're like, oh, okay.
No, but with people like Diddy, no. With people like Diddy, no. I get what you're saying. That's how we would do it.
In the beginning, I'm sure he did that.
Yeah, no, because if you got a reputation,
they already know what's up.
You got a reputation for you've watched this dude do foul shit to other women.
Yeah, but you got to get there.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he has a reputation already for doing certain things.
Diddy gonna do you right.
Right, but then he's gonna come back.
He gonna get
with
that paper. He gonna give you the Diddy
dizzle.
Yeah, he's gonna
take
give you the
shopping.
Diddy dizzle. He gonna give you the Diddy dollars. He gonna give you the Diddy.
Right. So with people like him, they have a reputation. So I don't buy that part. Like, oh, well, I didn't know he was fucking crazy.
Oh yeah.
No, everybody talks. Everybody know the little assistant is putting you up on game.
He was good.
You know, the bodyguard's putting you up on game, and you see the girls coming out of the room crying and shit or whatever.
Nah, it won't be me. I did it. I mean, it won't be me.
Exactly.
That's a.
So I think it's different. It's different than a brother that finesse you and then take you out, and he's so sweet, and then 3 months later, pow! Like
I think they all do the same thing. And I think people probably he's got that reputation, but when he comes and meets you, he smiles and you like, oh, okay, it ain't that bad. He's not he's not what they said he is until you find out he's what they said he is.
So you don't think him? And again, I'm using Diddy as an example.
Yeah.
Not just talking about
Diddy. I'm still for your freedom, dog, so don't come out and say nobody.
You don't think him being one of the most famous people on the planet has anything to do with it?
I think he was going to do that regardless.
No, I'm talking about with the chick that decides to get with him even though that,
Chicks do that anyway. They make terrible decisions in men. They like them kind of dudes. We just said that early in the show. How the dudes that always do that, they always got a chick.
Yeah, but I think they get certain type of women.
Okay, they always got one.
That's true. That is very true.
That's all I'm saying. They dig that.
That is true. That is very true.
They dig it.
They never not have a girlfriend.
They never
not have a woman.
And people know.
Yeah.
Baby mama.
Family members be knowing.
Yeah, everybody said something. Ooh, girl, how he doing?
He ain't whipped your ass yet.
He's like, huh? Yeah, girl, you might want to go. You fine. Like, man, they always got a girl.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know.
That's true.
Sorry, ladies. I'm not trying to say all ladies. I'm nothing like that, but they always got a girl.
Always got a girl. You're right about that.
They be having some cute ones too.
Yeah.
You be like, dang. Yeah. Like, dang.
They'll jump in your chest. You're talking about leaving them.
Yeah. I love you, girl. Yeah. We in this together forever.
Okay, so Shannon Sharpe.
Yeah, let me know what happened here. I heard he got a little bunny and that's trying to take him to the bank.
$50 million lawsuit.
Oh, because of what? Because she said.
Well, I mean,
did she say he took it or something?
Well, she's trying to say a whole bunch of stuff.
He was just too rough on her. He tried to beat that sucker up.
But they had a whole bunch of slave play going on. There's the audio of them having slave play.
See. Come on.
So I'm like, come on, Shannon. Come on, dude.
They messing with Shannon, man. He just free and tearing them up.
Oh, he's tearing them up, right?
Tearing them up left and right.
He's slaying them.
You know. He let you know.
So
she didn't know it was gonna be that
most
sharp.
People know
she didn't know Shannon was gonna be that sharp up in her.
Well, she's an OnlyFans chick, and he's paying her, which is no shade on that because he's got money to pay. So we pay. Easy. But the funny part about it is everybody's upset because she's so young in her 20s, and he's like taking advantage of her because he's 56. You know, we always talk about this.
Come on, man. How you taking advantage? She already on OnlyFans.
Well, clearly she's finessing him, right?
Yeah.
Now, the part that, some of the fellas are saying, well, okay, well, now, you let her finesse you, though? Because I can see me getting finessed. I can see me bumping into a woman like that at the gym, and for whatever reason she says, okay, you shot your shot. I'm a rock with you.
Right.
Oh, really? Oh, shit,
Right.
But Shannon Sharpe is a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
This dude has been famous for a long time. Now, he's in a different, he done transitioned to a different lane.
Yeah.
But he's been famous since the 90s.
Yeah. He got
famous football player.
He up. Got smart on it.
Bona fide. Plus, he's had this tremendous career as a public figure. Now he's got his show is blown up. Yeah. He done seen all parts of all types of pee.
Yeah.
Why is he allowing himself to go down at this stage for this girl?
That's usually what happens as you age. Older men do that with young girls. It just happens.
But I'm saying he's been splitting. People are all upset because he's with this older dude with this young chick, but he's been having young chicks. I don't think Shannon Sharpe has probably ever. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I'm just throwing this out there.
Maybe she's the first one that got it right, or maybe maybe they did something.
Well, I'm just saying dime pieces. Like I don't think that he's. I mean, I think he's been with probably beautiful, fine, younger women all his life.
Yeah, she did something strange for that bit of change.
Well, he was. But I'm saying
it's
something new now that's going on with. You got to be careful with. And the reason I'm saying all that is like, yes, we know an older dude, it doesn't matter whether you have a lot of money or you're a cat from around the way. If you're dealing with a woman that's younger, she's probably not with you just because of your amazing personality.
Yeah, he knew that.
Probably not. He understands that.
That's why I paid you.
It's the haters that.
That's why I paid you.
You know, magnify.
That's why I paid you.
Right. And
because I wanted all that.
Exactly.
No, not part of that. Not that I want the smiling, the happy attitude. I want the enthusiasm. I want the back, the front, the top, the bottom. I want all of that.
And that's what she.
Thank you.
What she was doing.
Yeah, exactly.
But at some point, I guess. Shannon Sharpe gets $100 million deal, pending deal.
Right.
Right. 2 weeks later,
he went
there's a $50 million lawsuit.
So because he went up in there raw.
Well,
and then he got hyped. He got hyped on it, and she was a little hurt, and she was like, "Oh, well, this is perfect because now I got DNA and I can say this."
Right. So she's alleging that, of course, and this train is never late. She's alleging that he kind of like bullied her into a relationship for all intents and purposes, and then. But after the bullying into a relationship, she relents and she gets into a relationship with him. And then she claims that he cheated on her. Like, well, wait a minute, you didn't want to be in a relationship. He bullied you into a relationship. How was he cheating on you?
And then he cheated on you when that was your moment to be free.
Now, you can understand probably the dynamic of her being an OnlyFans professional. I'll say that. And him being who he is. I'm pretty sure, I'm 99% sure Shannon Sharpe, like, it is what it is with this.
Oh, you know he was like
99%.
Come on, girl.
Know? So
come on, girl. Stop playing.
She saw probably that the gig was almost up.
Yeah, she was trying to
she was like, I got to cash out.
I'm going to try to get this.
I'm going to try to cash out.
He got this deal, girl. He got this deal. I'm going to try to get him.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, girl.
So then there's audio of them having all kind of slave talk and all that stuff, and she's talking about the big black this and put your big black thing.
Yeah,
the big black
she had to do that.
I want your babies. She was trying to get pregnant.
I know she was. He was like, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I go raw, but I got you. You know that Dow was breathing. She thought it was gonna. He was breathing,
but I do feel like
that go. See,
I do feel like at this stage of the game in his life, not telling him what to do, how to rock. Ain't no way I could tell him that. He's an accomplished man that's done some amazing things. He got long paper. Probably really have to start thinking about moving differently.
Whatever, man.
You think so?
Why? Why should?
Well, shit. Well, I don't think he feels that way. He's coming out defending himself and trying to, doing damage control.
Yeah, he's gonna do damage control, and then next one, once it's controlled, he's gonna be like, "All right, I'm back." It's like, I ain't never gonna drink again. And the next weekend they be right out with their club. Man, he did.
He definitely loved the ladies.
Yeah, it's like he at this point, he done dated, he did all his thing. He realized where he's at in his life right now. I'm still gonna go ahead and bust. I can and I will.
But you don't think he should be a little discerning about the type of women? I mean, I'm not talking about the age part.
If you're gonna be discerning about it, then you're looking for a relationship. If you're trying to beat it up, then.
Yeah, but if you're going to just beat it up with people that's going to turn around and try to...
That's anybody. That could be anybody.
Yeah, but I agree to a certain degree what you're saying, but if it's going to cost you $1 million deals, what's the point?
Well, it's only $1 million deals because, that's who so you got to balance that out. Is that hurting you? You want your money, or is it hurting you? Then, I mean, and you doing something like, I ain't doing nothing wrong. I'm just having some great sex.
I think he's just sloppy
I'm having some great
He's just
sex.
being sloppy with it.
Okay. That's all men get sloppy with it when you starting to get it like that.
Not all of them.
When you getting it like that, you get sloppy, dog. You get sloppy. You get sloppy.
You get to the point where I just don't give a fuck.
You care, but it gets sloppy. Like... It's gonna run over. It's gonna get sloppy.
So you in the window with your balls.
You're gonna be seen somewhere. You're gonna be doing something. Somebody gonna like, oh, I ain't clean. Like it's something gonna happen. Like
you ain't clean. What?
Something didn't clean. There's a hair over here. There's a thing here. Oh shit, these not your drawers. Oh shit, like something gonna happen. Like cause it just
Rayshon done been through it all. Like,
Lord have mercy. I wasn't talking about me, but
I forgot to pick up the drawers off the counter.
One time I was like. I learned after that, like, they were like, this ain't mine. I'm like, oh.
So like, yeah, they is.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, they is. There ain't nobody else been here. I tossed some shit. But I learned after that, you leave some drawers there, them stickers in the trash. They gone. I don't care.
It's gone forever.
I don't care. Nope. Yeah. You seen, did I leave anything? I ain't seen none. And I'm in my head like, okay, I thought they was hers. But... it's too bad.
You don't even admit to it. You're like, I don't know.
Nope. Gone, boy. I ain't playing with that.
She's like, you saw my drawers?
No.
Gotcha.
I saw your drawers.
Yeah, those blue ones. Those are yours. Gotcha.
No, I ain't seen no drawers. Because them suckers is gone. Ain't no drawers. Yeah, I learned that in the 20s, boy. Boy, that was a rough one. I remember that one. You brought back a memory there. Oh, Lord. But anyway, no, I mean, he's a grown man though. He what, almost 56 or whatever. He doing this thing. Like, he done accomplished everything. He done did all he want. I'm gonna go ahead and get this. I'm gonna go ahead and get this one. I got money. I'm gonna go ahead and get this one. I got talent. I'm gonna go ahead and get this one. No, this chick just gonna give me this one. And he doing it.
Yeah, and I feel like,
and it's like,
for him, though, he's been a millionaire. I know he's getting a lot of paper right now, but he's been a millionaire for a very long time. He's been a Hall of Famer, so ball players, nobody says no to them. I mean, people are just lining up just to lick his balls, women I'm talking about. Yeah.
But he tried to do some relationship stuff, so that means...
I mean, he's had a family, and he's got children.
So that means he was over here.
Yeah.
He did his, I'm going to be here.
Yeah.
At this point in my life, I got none of that. I ain't looking for that. I'm going to get this, because the ones that would... A lot of times, the one that ain't going to necessarily be the good safe choice, it ain't going to be as fun as the not safe choice.
See, that's the problem. Damn toxic women. Y'all love them toxic women.
You don't love them, you gonna do them. Like, come on, it's gonna be great. I'm here for the thrill, baby.
Just keep your checkbook open then, I guess.
Can you tie this here, do this? Like, he in for the thrill. Like, I want enthusiasm. This is gonna be wonderful. Like, we both having a great time.
I don't get that part. I understand that.
That's what it do.
So you're basically just saying that you just got to pay whatever the cost of that.
If that's what you want to roll, you 56, you obviously know what you want to do.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the character of the women that
you know what you're
dealing with. Though.
He like, yo, I'm not trying to deal with character. I'm trying to get some.
Yeah, but if every time you do that, it's going to cost you millions of dollars, what's the point?
Does that happen every time?
Well, I mean, $50 million is a lot of money.
Does it cost him? It ain't cost him yet.
Oh, he's got another lawsuit coming too.
Okay, well.
Oh, no, I'm saying don't. Like I'm not against.
You go to the club and you meet a chick and you say, I'm going home with her. Was you careful about that?
Well,
it could cost you.
It
could cost your key card.
I get that, and I agree to a certain degree. Where I disagree is that he has more to lose. He has a legacy, and why hand it over to somebody just for a piece of ass? That's my only point, and it's not even a criticism because I get it.
You talking more to lose because he can afford to lose that. Somebody that ain't got shit, that's more to lose. I got my only car and I got his apartment, and this chick, I took her home and she do something to my car. That's way more to lose than that 50
Well,
million.
we're talking about and I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about
as a man, like you lose it. What you decide to do is what you decide to do.
I don't think he feels that way about it.
I mean, I guess nobody wants to lose it, but as a man, you lose it. You next time make a different choice. But
okay, so that's what I'm saying.
But right now, up until this moment, and maybe until whatever, his choice was, I'm about to slay these things, and I ain't got time to be trying to get this personality and meet this one that's gonna be this good. Man, girl, what's up? You said you do this. I got this. Let's go get this. Come on, get.
And the next morning, she's saying that you her.
Hey, then you made a bet. You should have wore a condom. You should have. You should have did something. You should have did something a little different.
My point exactly.
I mean, I'm talking about that night. I ain't talking about picking nobody. I'm talking about that night because you never know who gonna say that.
Well, I mean, it's all bogus.
Nobody
anyway.
Gonna say you gonna do that. Like you don't know who gonna say that.
Well, that's true.
You don't know who's gonna turn on you.
That.
It could be this cat. You like, oh, this girl she's in pre-med and da 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 da. And next thing you know, she come out and it could be the girl from the hood of OF and she did it and you go and she ride or die with you like, no, baby. We in for fun. You never know.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of go with.
I think you should move a little differently. But I get that part. I having been, like I said, I've never been on rich or anything. But just like you said earlier, just being a man and being out there and having options or having opportunities or whatever, you're not thinking about that kind of stuff. And you're absolutely right. The girl you take home from wherever, and it doesn't even have to be some random person you take home. It could be somebody you establish a rapport with, somebody that could come into this gym periodically, whatever, and you see them all the time. You think you're cool with them, and then you get to the next stage of an association with each other,
and it's done.
And then she's 6 months from there, she's got you in court talking about you did a bunch of stuff you didn't do. I get that. I understand that. I don't know, man. I just feel like he's got more to lose than that.
Yeah, I feel him. But
and then public embarrassment of it.
Yeah,
all.
I mean, I guess it's. I mean, but what's embarrassing?
Well, I think
he was with the woman that all y'all wanted.
Okay, well, if that's the only thing that you want to brag about is okay, you know.
I'm a Super Bowl star. Because
mind you,
I'm an NFL player. I got a hot podcast. Shall I keep going?
Well,
and
okay,
I was with the chick that you all wanted.
Yeah, but check this out though. Since you said I'm with a chick that you all wanted, you forgot this dynamic.
A lot of them been with
that same 19, 20, 21-year-old that's making you pay for it. She's giving that ass out to somebody else for free.
Maybe it wasn't you. Everybody that's talking about him, it wasn't them. Everybody that's
I see what you're saying.
Everybody that's saying it was none of y'all, because the cat that got it is like, yeah, that shit was probably worth it, dog. Like he paid too. Somebody paid for that. Maybe she did, but now she got one guy that's doing whatever the case. Whatever the case.
Fellas, middle-aged men.
Yeah.
This is my PSA.
Beat it up.
You're paying for what somebody else is getting for free. And if you're fine with that, then fine.
And
great.
And fellas, all ages, no matter what, you gonna pay.
Okay.
You gonna pay. Whether it be a dinner date, whether it be some flowers,
different
whether
than a
it be
$50 million lawsuit.
Whether it be whatever.
That's paying. Now see, now you mixing apples and oranges. That's different from facing life in prison.
Ain't nobody got
or having your reputation besmirched.
I'm just saying they gonna pay.
Yeah, I mean,
if you ain't got 50
for a meal, that's the least you could.
Well, that could be that could have been half of your bank account.
Yeah, but
that was half of his $100 million. You had $100 in the bank account.
A fair exchange is no robbery.
You took this chick out and it was $50. That was half of your wealth.
$50? Where have you gone lately for $50?
See, look, see,
shit,
see,
that's parking.
See, look how ladies, he balling on you. I'm just gonna meet you at the restaurant. I'll treat.
She gonna hand you her unvalidated ticket.
We're like, we always go to restaurants that I know somebody too. Okay, I validate that. Hey, dog, thank you. Can I get my meal free? Yeah, I'll just pay for hers. Thanks, dog. I'll be back later. Come on, man.
You always got to answer for some shit.
We ain't going somewhere. I don't, especially first or second or first through like third. Why am I going to go someplace that I don't know nobody at? So I can pay regular prices and get gouged.
I'm not saying that. But if your mindset is like that, then no.
We're going to go somewhere I know it's a nice spot. I know these people.
Okay.
Hey, man, can you spot me a nice seat? Blah, 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 blah.
Well, no, that's game right there.
Boom.
I mean, that's being connected.
And then that bill where it would normally for a regular person be $200, $250, for me it's like $100.
He's a cheap motherfucker.
80-ish. And I leave a good tip, and I leave a great tip for my service.
I will say that he is a better tipper than I am, but it's much better. I'm gonna
leave a great tip, man. I'm gonna tip you up because I'm coming back. I'm gonna
tip you based on scale.
No,
but yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna tip you because after that first time, the scale is always good. I'll make sure I tip them, boys, so that next time I walk, oh, hey, how you doing? That's right, we about to get good now. But no, man, like you just have to know your game. But I ain't mad at Shannon, like, dog.
I'm not mad at him either, man. I just don't want to see.
Hey, Shannon, get it, dog. Get it, dog. Get it, dog. They mad because you over there beating it up, and they want to do it. They just mad they can't do it. They get it, dog. I'm with you, dog. Get them, man. Go ahead and clear this up. Let them be known. Next time, move, and make sure you keep a little keep that camera on. You making a movie. However, that's your evidence. Go ahead and have that. Keep that thing moving. Run your evidence. Slay it down. Do it, whatever, dog. Get it, man. You ain't got to move no different.
Well, we know
you're making the proper moves financially. You're making the proper moves with your little business. You're making the proper moves as you go. You done did your thing in the past. You raised your family. Here you are right now, living free again. Where cats is your age and they can't get free. You free. I ain't even mad at you, bro. Shoot, bust it up, beat it up. Yeah.
Yeah, now you're trying to make me look like I'm some kind of fucking hater or something.
I wasn't talking about you, man.
Yes, you are, motherfucker.
At that moment, I was not talking about you. I was talking about them cats out there. I'm just saying, dog. Shannon to the rescue. Get him, dog.
Shaka never smell he'll never get close to a piece of fine feline like that.
Yeah, he will. Yeah, he will. Hey, Shannon, pick up my man Shaka, show him a night out. Show him how to roll.
Shannon, I'm on your side. I love Shannon Sharpe.
I know,
I think it's cool. I think a lot of people be hating on him for no reason.
Yeah, they just hating on him.
But
because he code switch and all that stuff. I'm like, get it.
Well, I don't even think it's just that. I just think they're just trying to find something.
Yeah, because he happy. You see him always laughing and joking and smiling and let you know, I'm getting me some. And cats don't be getting none. He like, I'm getting some, dog.
And he's unapologetic about his his activities and stuff like that.
Yeah, like I'm gone.
You're right about the free part. He is a free man. So, the hypocrisy of it all is though. I know you heard the Tracy Ellis Ross interview with Michelle Obama, and they're talking about dating. So, she's getting praised for dating. Said that she can't date men her age. She's 52. Mm-hmm. She can't date men her age because men her age are toxic men. Mm-hmm. So she prefer to date younger men. And
because they ain't toxic.
Right. Make that make sense. Yeah. But if we say something, we hate it.
So she's 52. Ooh, Lord. Yeah. I'm glad she remember me when I was young. Boy. So talked to her ass all the way through.
She says she's dating younger men. Mm-hmm. And the whole internet is just, they exploded over that, right? So she's getting support. Everybody's high-fiving her for dating younger men as a 50-something-year-old woman. Yeah. But you shaming Shannon Sharpe for dating younger women. Yeah. It's a shame. Why is he doing this to this poor little young girl? Yeah. Yeah. It always killed me with the hypocrisy on that. Yeah.
That's how I go.
Right. Like, if you want to say that, then she's doing the same thing. Yeah.
But it's different.
And this it is different. Let me tell you how. I'm going to tell you how I think it's different. Okay. And this is something that some people get, how you say, their gears grind about.
Their gears grind. Oh, that really grinds my gears.
You're not in a relationship with a younger man. He's just plowing you.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're not in a relationship,
sometimes they get a relationship
with them.
But she's just using that to be safe.
I'm talking about from the dude's perspective. I'm talking from the young man's perspective.
She's just using that word just because
it sounds better.
It sounds better than saying.
It sounds better.
I got a young Splackavelli.
Right.
That's my word today, Splackavelli, boy.
Yeah, you didn't use that up a lot.
What's up? Y'all remember that Splackavelli? Yeah, y'all remember that. But yeah, man.
So
it sounds better than saying, y'all found me a Splackavelli. I'm
right.
in a relationship with a younger man. See how much better that sounds?
Yeah, it sounds really good.
Sounds real good.
But we all know.
But we all know that young boy.
So why?
She like that young energy. She like that young man energy. That's all.
That's what she said. Yeah, she liked the young. Well, what's the difference? Why do men date younger women?
I don't know what's up. I remember I used to be that guy.
I used to be that guy.
I was a young boy.
You didn't see no parts of it.
I was a young boy trying to get. If you was under 30, I don't want to talk to you. If you was under 40, I ain't. You young girl.
We know that. We know that older women love younger men.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they're sneaking around with them and inviting them over when the husband's at work and.
Yeah, I ain't do that. When that age, I ain't do that one. It was enough.
Well, that's what happens. I ain't talking about what you did. I'm talking about what happened.
It was enough single women not to do that.
Well, I'm talking about older women of all.
Y'all fellas, y'all be careful with the married women though, for real. Married women,
man, you can't tell these. You ain't gonna tell
I'm just saying, be careful with the married women, dog. Because
you should be careful with anybody.
Husbands do some, baby dad, all that stuff, but husband, it's a whole nother game. Especially if you roll up in their house, bro. Yeah. Nah, don't do that.
You should be careful about any woman, and this is the thing that with men, a lot of men, it's like you get bragging points because you done been up in somebody's house. Messing with their woman or whatever, whether it's a girlfriend, whether it's a baby daddy or whatever, and especially nowadays, man, it always has been. People have always gotten hemmed up on that. Yeah. But it seems like it's happening. You're seeing more reports of it.
Because them cameras is in there.
Yeah.
Because them cameras is catching
We have all kind of devices now where you could track your woman or track your dude.
Or the camera just sitting in the, she didn't even know the dude put the camera. Mm-hmm. I got a notification. Yeah. Let me leave work. Yeah. So things are happening. But
I just read something the other day.
And don't be, if you're doing all that, don't be telling nobody that you're doing all that.
Oh, you gotta tell somebody.
You ain't gotta tell nobody till it's over.
Well, I mean, whether you
remember so and so? Yeah, dog. Y'all used to that, and then you can tell them. But while it's happening, keep that easy. Yeah. Maybe one of your boys, but you keep it easy, man.
And some people feel like they on their thing too. They may feel like they ain't nobody gonna hurt them, or they might be about that life where they don't care.
Yeah, true that.
So you have people on different levels with that. But at the end of the day, you shouldn't be messing around with somebody else's.
And at the end of the day, be safe. Be safe. Have fun, but be safe. Whatever you count safe, whether it be protection, whether it be meeting certain girls, whatever you find safe, ride your safe lane. Ride your safe lane, and you'll find much joy with it.
Some joy.
You'll find much joy. If you're feeling safe and you're feeling happy and you're feeling, you're going to find all the joy because you're comfortable.
Yeah, but what if you find joy running up in,
Then that's your safe lane.
Safe lane.
That's your safe lane, whatever your safe lane. Like,
I don't agree with that part. That's not safe. If you messing with somebody else's woman, and it doesn't even matter if you're in their place or not, because people, and I know men do it too, but a lot of times, most women are not going to be honest about the range of their dating. And there's always somebody prove me wrong. You talk to a woman long enough, she's going to tell you about the dude she's been talking to for 12 years, off and on.
That's how you do. You got to talk to him.
If you talk to her long enough, she's going to tell you about the dude that,
So rule of thumb there. If you trying to get with her and make her a girl,
she'll tell you she's single.
If you got her trying to make her a girl, you got to make sure you talk to that for the long game, 6 months to a year. If that's what you got to do, if you trying to get serious, you got to be with this chicken. And you got to be cool and just be cool about questions and answers. And you got to give us some stuff about you. You got to be cool about it so that it looks reciprocal so you can get some answers. You can't just ask and expect it. You got to offer up some stuff. You got to, blah, 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 blah. And just got to wait for a few answers. And sometimes you got to answer the same question in a different manner 3 or 4 weeks later and see a different answer. So you don't say nothing. You don't call it out. You just take it in. You got to do like ladies do. You take in the information. Okay, it's right there. All right. Oh, this chick got 2. Okay, that's 3. That's okay. I know where she at. Oh, she said, nah. Okay, so right when I was going, she came. Okay. Like, you got to put the math together, but you got to take more time. So that's when I ain't going to go into all that. But that's when you got to take 6 months to a year. 6 months to a year. If you get you a nice rotation, you can take the time to do that, but 6 months to a year. That's the key, though. Like,
I was drawing some pimp shit in there.
No,
nice
that's like
rotation.
Yeah, because that way you ain't rushing. I got 6 months. Hey, girl, I got 6 months. I'm gonna give you enough I ain't gonna give you enough for 6 months or a year. You gotta tell her that I ain't gonna give you none for 6 months or a year. What? Yeah. And you keep moving. And guess what? She gonna wait.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be observant, and sometimes you don't have to ask any questions at all. You could just watch how a person move, what they do, more what they're not doing than what they are doing.
Yeah.
So,
But you never know.
Yeah,
you never know.
I think like you said, eventually you can know. But
and you just got to go by your gut feeling. Whatever they say, if you ask them, whatever they say, multiply by 3. Multiply by 3.
How many times have you had sex? Twice.
Okay, 6 times.
Okay. About 6 months ago, a girl on TikTok said, multiply that by 20.
Sometimes.
She was like, if a woman tells you that she hasn't done blah, 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 whatever number she gives you, multiply it by 20.
Could be. If it's under 10, I could go with that. If she said, 5, oh, yeah, 20. 4, 20. 3, yeah. And that gets to 10, I'll say, I'll multiply by 3, because she's like, okay, I had a few, so let me just give a realistic number. And then you just multiply times 3.
Well, I was going to lead into another question, but that's going to be a whole nother hour conversation.
Oh, snap.
Any last thoughts on Shannon Sharpe, Michael Jackson, P. Diddy, anything like that? No. Okay, then. All seriousness, I know
people be safe.
Half serious, half joking, but, money makes you more of who you are, I believe. I truly believe that. Whether you're a good person, bad person, in between, maybe you're not any of those things. Maybe you're just a person that's living your life. And, you just have to be, if you live in a world where no one says no to you and the world is your oyster, just know that you're not invincible, that it could still come crashing down on you. And someone that you could give 2 F's about. A fleeting ship in the night can be the person that can take everything away from you. And to Rayshon's point, if you're cool with that, if you're a rebound type person and it don't faze you, you don't care. All right then.
I don't think people don't care.
Well, I'm just saying.
People always try to take precautions.
I'm trying to close it up, man. Don't open this shit up for another
I'm opening, dog. Come on. Cause you
I said what you said. I drew you in it.
It didn't come right. It didn't say it right. You didn't say it right, dog.
Yeah.
You ain't say it right.
Rayshon says, fuck it. Add caution to the wind.
Fuck it.
Took me 30 years to get this $100 million. I could crap it all out over some cheeks tonight.
Is that what you gonna do?
No, that's what you just said.
I didn't say that.
That was the theme of your whole.
No, it wasn't. I told Shannon Rocket, dog, because they hating on you.
He is right on it. I think it's more hate than anything else. But I think it's more hate with Diddy. I think it's more hate with a lot of those guys. Not to say that I rock with Diddy I think he is a very mean person. I think he's done some very mean things.
He's just called him mean.
Well, I can't speculate as to the degree of his shit. But I mean, people have always said that about Diddy.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that I'm cool with people lying on him too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm not cool with
good music. I'm just trying to get some good music.
Yeah, I'm just
Diddy. Free Diddy.
Because I feel like the whole reason I say all that, because we're talking about people like Shannon Sharpe and Diddy, but think about all the regular people every day whose lives are destroyed by somebody saying something that they didn't do.
Yeah, so fellas, you gotta be careful.
That's where it's really about.
That's what I said. Stay in your safe lane.
Yeah,
whatever you venture as safe, that's how you roll with it, and you stay in your safe lane. Don't be somebody. If you cool with going to this pub or doing whatever church, and pub, man, and doing da, and somebody say, well, let's do this. If that ain't your safe lane, man, don't do that. Don't get caught up in that. Stay where you at. It'll work its way through.
It just won't be as much fun.
It could be. You find fun stuff, and you stay in your safe place. You're comfortable, and you find it.
There you go.
You know.
Anything I say, he's going to counter it.
And listen to your spidey sense when it be like, "Ooh, who's that?" That's your spidey sense saying that's gonna be fun.
Everybody don't have a spidey sense. Some people have no common sense.
People just don't listen.
And some people haven't developed into that too. You know what I'm saying? Like some people haven't developed into that.
They hit some. They just don't understand what it is.
Well, okay, you don't understand what it is, and you don't take action, and you get screwed.
Take action.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.
Thanks
Hit
for
that
being
notification
profound.
bell.
I see why my friend said that you're profound. You are, sir. I'm just reckless over here.
I'm trying to close this shit out.